Wow. Victor Wembanyama, an ice cold, studded man. He's not from here. He's from another planet. And the Eagles just scored a touchdown against my Packs. Yep, I'm watching it right now. Devontae Smith just scored. Yippee. And we're down by double digits. Anyways, to basketball. Yeah, I only saw because I gotta go back and forth because of UConn game. UConn just blew out Columbia today. And today, both my teams fought their way, play hard. The Spurs and the Bulls made the best team win, right? Well, how about that game? Wow. Let's start with the box score because that game went down to the hate wire. I will look at the social media reaction, plus I'll look at the clips on my own because I can't show it to you because the NBA knows they'll still take it down. Anyways, tonight's game. Well, who has the most minutes? De'Aaron Fox over Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, Fox played since Saturday after that win. Yeah, ever since on Saturday against the New Orleans Pelicans. Yeah. And now they snap a road game losing streak, thank God, after that loss last week to the Suns and the Lakers. So, Fox had more minutes than Wembanyama. Wembanyama had 38 points, 2 away from 40 points. But rebounds, only 12. 11 defensive, 1 all tied up with him, Fox and Castle out of UConn. But the assists, it's gotta be Stephon Castle with 11 assists, and the same with 3 steals. But 5 blocks. Wemby just did it again. He's on another level. Victor Wembanyama's block is on another level. I don't know how many times he's done this before. But oh my God, holy crap, man! He's doing really something else, isn't he? And then he finished 11 out of 19 field goals, but most percentage than De'Aaron Fox. But 3-pointers also 6 for 9. He's got a good one, but perfect free throws, 10 for 10 over Fox. De'Aaron Fox 4 for 4. And the bench on the bench minutes, Julian Champagne had better minutes, but except he did not score. Only Keldon Johnson only had scored 10 minutes under 19 minutes. Well, 10 minutes. 10 points under 19 minutes, almost to 20. 7 rebounds on 4 defensive and 3 offensive rebounds. And then assists, it's got to be Luke Kornet. He's got 2. And then Julian Champagne had 3 steals. And a block, Luke Kornet. So there's that. Perfect field goals, 6 for 6, off the bench. 3-pointer by Lenny Waters the third, 1 for 3, and free throws is gotta go with Luke Kornet, 4 for 6. But all 3 of them did not play because of the game time decision. Coach's decision by David Jones Garcia, Bismack Boyombo, and Jordan McLaughlin. And now my Chicago Bulls. Here we go. Well, Kevin Huerter and Trey Jones played 33 minutes, but Huerter had 23 points. But the most rebounds, Nikola Vucevic, something like that. Yeah, Vucevic only have 8 rebounds, but defensive have 6 with him and Trey Jones. Hey, by the way, Trey Jones played for the Spurs, but let's just not point that out. Well, get all twisted here. Nikola V only had 2 offensive rebounds. Trey Jones have 7 assists. Then Nikola V with 6. And then you got blocks. Everybody's got blocks. So you look at the field goals. 8 out of 14 on Kevin Huerter over Trey Jones, 8 out of 15. Both of them have did not play. Not as bad as it looks, but fell short. And then Miles Bozilis went 2 for 3, And then free throws, 3 for 4. But 2 for 2, I should say. And that was Isaac Okoro, and then 4 for 4, Trey Jones. Now, on off the bench for the San Antonio Spurs, 20 points, Ayu Dosunmu. Paulie played 33 minutes off the bench. And then rebounds, 12, Jalen Smith. He's got most of it. Defense and offense, 8-4. And then assists, 5 with Ayu Dosunmu. And Patrick Williams had 4 steals. And then you gotta go with field goals. Dylan Terry went only 1 for 1. Perfect 1 for 1. And then off 3-pointers, 2 for 3 is gotta be Javon Carter. And then free throws, 2 for 2, Dylan Terry. But most of it's gotta be Alu Dosunmu. So Noah did not play. Their next meeting is gonna be on March 30th at San Antonio. That's their next meeting because of the head-to-head series on the regular season. So Spurs beat the Bulls, made the best team win by 4. Man, Wembanyama just sealed the deal. And I'm gonna break it all down on my social media. Well, on my phone. As soon as I share this, I'll tell you the whole thing because we just barely survived this game. Wow, I don't know what else to tell you. This Spurs team is on a whole new level. If you're a basketball fan, because I'm a basketball content creator guy. So let's get down to the highlight clips and we'll show it to you before we get to the team stats. Now, before we look at the team stats, starting off on tonight's game. In halftime, they were showing the throwback on the City Edition. Looked like 90s, 90s throwbacks, and it looks pretty good. Keldon Johnson, Wembanyama, it looks really good. Now, Fox hit for 3. Right there. Fox hit for 3. Looking on defensive play, and number 50 we just cover it, and there goes the shot. And now, and 1, Aaron Fox and Wembanyama, and a foul under 9:26. Wemby gets a free throw, go for 1 more on Okoro. Great defensive play. And now, before I tell you this right now, let's start with his career. Victor Wembanyama is the third longest streak in NBA history. 95 games. He's tried to catch the late great Dikembe Mutombo with 116, and then from out of Georgetown, and Patrick Ewing out of Georgetown, 145, because he's got the third longest streak in NBA history. I did not know this until tonight. Until Wemby just go for the block. Guys, he's far away to get his 100 in his career. And then Wemby, another Magic. Yeah, I think this was earlier. And then Stephon Castle. Look at that. Well, tell you this. Oh, he just made that move on number 14. On that layup. On that great layup shot. And then De'Aaron Fox gets another lay-in. Finger roll tips and lays it in. On 7:42 in the first half, I believe. In the first half. Just want to be sure. Yeah, in the first half. And then Stephon Castle. Ooh, great layup. That's tough, Steph. And then Wembanyama gets a block. And then there he goes again. And then shoots for 3. Boom. He got it. That's Texas, San Antonio. Then Stephon Castle pass to Luke Kornet. An alley-oop pass. And there's that. And then beware the paint. Wembanyama blocks once again. Wemby's on a whole new level. And then dunks in it for Victor Wembanyama. And then the 3-pointer, we tell you this. Here's the game winner. Boom. 27.1 seconds left in the fourth quarter in the regulation. And that seals the game. That sealed the game. Once again for Victor Wembanyama. By the way, let's go back to the stats. Wembanyama, 5 blocks. 5 blocks. And that's a whole new level for there. Tonight, both my teams finished 44 over 86 on the Spurs. They had 41 out of 93. Their percentage, 51.2, 44.1. 3-pointers, 16 out of 38. 10 out of 33 for the Bulls and the Spurs. I mean, the Bulls have more percentage than the Spurs. 42.1, 30.3. Then the field goals. And then free throws. Spurs got the most free throws. 85.2 over 82.6. 23 out of 27. 19 out of 23. Most rebounds, only 2 by Steph. By 2 away. Offensive rebounds, the Bulls got most of it. But the Spurs got the most defensive rebounds. Assists, only up behind the Bulls. But both of them ended on a tie with a steal, 10-10. 7 blocks over 4 for the Spurs. Turnovers, 15-13. And then points could see off turnovers, 19 over 9. Fast break points, 18-14. The Spurs got the most of it. And then the points in the paint, the Spurs were all over it. But the Bulls got the most fouls, except one. Who got the technical foul? I'm not really sure about that. But so on and so forth. Just want to continue to point this one out. Now, the final score, 121-117. Both my teams got them better angle. They were 95.0 of winning this game. Yeah. Oh, shoot. I hate when I moved that. Yeah. It was 101. It was not 104 to 91 because Kevin Huerter makes a 23-foot 3-pointer on Trey Jones' assist until the final minutes. Wemby just shoots the last of it. Yeah. And they were trying to end this one. And this is right there. Right there. I think he shot that one before they call a timeout. Yeah, that was him. He shot the 3 right there under 27 seconds left in the regulation. That was the end of that game. So the team stats right there, you see right there all the percentage, and then the turnovers, and then the rebounds. Now they're 8-2 against over the Houston Rockets. Well, it's way too early, but I don't need to worry about that. Now their next schedule for the Spurs, and I will tell you for the Bulls, for this week. Their full schedule. So, this week on Wednesday, they faced the Golden State Warriors at 7 p.m. on FanDuel Sports. And then Sunday, well, the next 4 out of 5 home games besides Friday, we don't give a rat's, yeah, you know. Yeah. And then Sunday at 3 o'clock, they got the Sacramento Kings again, at 3 o'clock. And which I'll be watching it because the NHL Finals is also on Sunday. And next Tuesday night, a week from tomorrow, our first game against the Grizzlies on NBC since the Lakers playoff game for the Spurs since 2002. And then Thursday on NBA TV, which also FanDuel Sports, against the Hawks. These next four home games are going to be something because they're going to be going to the next 5 road games. Yeah, which is kind of something else, isn't it? But now my Chicago Bulls, I want to look at their schedule. I mean, the loss doesn't hurt. I mean, they're still in third in the Central, but Detroit's got a better record right now than Cleveland, Milwaukee. Indiana's got nowhere near without Tyrese Halliburton, and still waiting for them to load, which I got aggressive with that. And we'll look at a reaction for that. Anyone that does that, but oh well. All right, here we go. We'll come back to that, but let's start with Malika Andrews. She posted about Wembanyama. Once again, it went ice cold. She reacted to this. One of the same nights of hoops during Monday Night Football game. Absolutely. Absolutely. By the way, guys, the Magic beat the Blazers tonight. And there's hers. LOL. Wemby ice cold. Literally never been a human being like him. It boggles the mind. And my reaction from a dagger. Yeah, I responded to her and she knows. Victor Wembanyama. Let me check it out because a lot of Wembanyama's shooting around. And this is the one. I knew the Spurs were on their way, but they have arrived well ahead of schedule. Wemby is the problem. So do I. So do I. Just get Victor Wembanyama MVP already. He's just different. It's too early for this, but relax. We're only started week 4 of the NBA season. And there he is. We told you the stats: 38 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 5 blocks, 6 3-point made. Yeah, and they just took that massive win. And look at this. De'Aaron Fox scored 21 points on 14 shooting, while Stephon Castle posted another double-double with 19 points and 11 assists. So, yeah. That win is right there. They're 8-2. Their best start through 10 games since 10 years ago. Yeah. That was Tim Duncan's final year before his retirement. Yeah. And another reaction. And Vic give us things we haven't seen just about every night. And then there are nights when he adds to the legend that is becoming Victor Wembanyama like tonight. I agree with that. 100%. Wemby. That's it. Wemby. Wemby is the first player in NBA history with 35 points, 10 plus rebounds. Well, plus. 5 plus assists, and 5 plus 3-pointers, and 5 plus. Yeah. That's history. Did not know this. Another historian for his NBA resume on his stats. He's becoming different than last season. He had a blood clot, and he was done for the rest of the year. He was done for the rest of the season. Like, he does not want to play until he gets well soon. So this is with Wembanyama on July 1st, 2024. He just made that remarkable block. Like, this dude's a whole nother level. Anyway, Chicago Bulls schedule. Their next is going to be at Detroit, and then at Utah on Sunday on these next road games, and then at Denver, and then at Portland. Because they won't be back the next home games. Just want to be sure. Miami, Washington, all that. So, there you have it, guys. Both my teams fought their way in the end. Both of them played their hearts out. Let me guys know what you think in the comment section down below. You can smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and the Packers just scored touchdowns. Didn't see that while I was talking about basketball. Yeah, I gotta get back to the game. I don't want to brag too much about it. Boo, tush, push. I agree. Peace, I'm out. Till next time, great game for both my teams. We'll see them again on March 30th, 2026. Both my teams. Right there. And this is their next schedule before I go. Yeah, right there. So, and before I go, Giddey might be back this Wednesday, stay with Devin Vassell, because Dylan Harper is out until next week, along with Cody White, Zach Collins. Actually, this week, Zach Collins is gonna be back on Sunday. So, peace them out, guys. Later. Right there.